Hi everyone. This is Country Music News International. My name is Nigel Sharpe, and way over there, somewhere, I don't actually know where yet, but we're going to find out. That is Erin Kinsey, a singer-songwriter originally from Texas, if I'm correct. But where are you now, and where are you today?
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. So I moved here in 2018. So I've been here ever since. But yeah, I'm originally from a small town east of Dallas.
There you go. Now you're in Nashville, of course, Music City.
hmm
But later on this year, you're going to be over here.
I am. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
That's really cool. So on my other screen, over to my right, I've just got like a list of some of the gigs you're doing, and you are in fact in Germany, which is where I'm based. But unfortunately,
Yes.
you're not very close to me for any of them. The nearest one is Cologne on a Wednesday evening, but I normally have to work on Wednesday evening, so I'm not going to have the chance to see you in Germany.
Well, I'm glad we're getting to talk now then.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course, you're off to sunny England. Well, it's not going to be sunny, I can tell you right now. But Birmingham, Manchester, Glasgow, Bristol, and Camden. Now that's part of London, and that's where I'm from. That's my hometown. So
Oh, cool.
you're in the Electric Ballroom, and I haven't been there for a very, very long time. Anyway, so is it going to be like the first time you coming over to Europe, or have you been here before?
No, I've been over twice before, both to London and the second time I got to go to Glasgow as well. But it was both for the Country to Country Festival.
Right.
So one time in 2016 and then one time in 2022, I think.
Are you just here then all through December, or does it carry on into January, or is it at a relatively short tour for you?
It's 3 weeks, which for
3 weeks.
me, that's a long run.
Right.
I mean, that's
Okay.
almost a month. But yeah, I'm excited. We're hitting 9 different cities and we'll be out and we have a couple off days here and there. So I'm hoping we can like see some of the sights. And I definitely haven't gotten to spend a lot of time overseas or even outside of the country at all. So I'm excited to get to explore a little bit too. And also
Yeah.
get to love on some people that love my music that I never get to see. I mean, I see all the numbers on the back end, and I know that there's people across the world listening to my songs. So I'm really, really excited for that to become so tangible and be able to see them and see their faces and see their eyes and take pictures. And it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, it's always interesting, isn't it, when you look on, say, like your Spotify page and you see where people are listening to your music, and you got like Australia, and you think, wow, you know,
Yeah.
how did it get there? But it turns out there's a big country scene in
Well,
Australia.
you said that a lot more people are coming overseas and
Yeah.
playing shows. And I think that with technology and with social media, anybody can see anything you're doing from anywhere in the world. So as artists, we're so aware of that. Those people are not just here in the United States. They're not just here like on this part of the world in general. So I mean, a lot of our favorite, I mean, for me, my favorite thing to do is to play live. And I want to play to anybody who wants to hear me. And if there's people over in Europe that are willing to listen, I'm sure as heck willing to go fly over.
I think there's plenty of people who want to listen. If there's one big difference, I would say between being in the USA and being here, it's the amount of opportunities that you get to go and play live. The number of clubs and pubs and bars and whatever. It's much. There are so many more opportunities in the States to do that than there are here. What actually does singing mean to you? How does it make you feel?
I mean, I think it's less of the singing and more of the storytelling that I get to do through it. Um, Writing songs is one of my absolute favorite things to do, and being able to get on a stage and like explain those songs and tell the stories behind it, and then get to also like perform it with people singing words back now. It's definitely I mean, there's nothing like it. It's hard to really explain what it means to me because it's my entire life. Like there's nothing I love more than getting on a stage and playing these songs. So, I really enjoy it.
So when did you actually start singing, and when did you think, hey, I can do something with this?
I got a guitar for Christmas when I was either 12 or 13. And I had been taking piano lessons before that, but wanted to quit because my teacher wouldn't teach me Taylor Swift songs. And so I got a guitar, started learning a bunch of songs that I heard on the radio, and eventually started writing my own. And you know, I think the second I got into that, I learned pretty quickly that I had never loved anything the way that I loved doing that. I'd be at school, I'd be trying to do, my little clubs I was in at that age, whether it was like on the tennis team or, I don't know, whatever else my parents had me in. And all I could think about was music. All I wanted to do was listen to it and play it and perform it and put on shows for my parents. And so, um, pretty soon I just kind of got my mind set on it. And I think now looking back, I can't believe that my parents didn't like encourage me to get good at anything else as well. But luckily it's turned out okay.
Yeah. Were there any sort of particularly strong influences on you?
Oh, for sure. I mean, being from Texas, Miranda Lambert was a huge one.
Right.
I'm a huge fan of, I love playing guitar. I play a lot of guitar solos in my live show. So, I've always been a big fan of like Brad Paisley and Keith Urban and a lot of the big guitar players in the country world. Also, like John Mayer is a big influence of mine. But I mean, a lot of the women of country music, like Carrie Underwood, again, Miranda Lambert, Taylor Swift was a big influence. But I grew up on country radio. So anybody who was playing then, I definitely heard a lot.
I mean, listening to the sort of some of the songs, I mean, they're quite rocky,
Yeah,
for me.
definitely on the new project. It's definitely
Yeah.
the direction I'm leading now.
With this new EP. Now, and as I understand it, and correct me if I'm wrong, the latest single is Getting Away with It.
Yes, sir.
It is, right. Got that right. I don't always get this right. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to sort of figure out what's the latest song. Okay, anyway, so I got that one right. So that's one for me. Is there any kind of like story behind that? I mean, there's
Oh,
quite
for
the
sure.
music
It's the
video.
title track of the project.
Mm.
So it definitely has a lot of different angles and meanings for me. I mean, the song itself I wrote about my sister, who she's my younger sister, but she is way cooler than I am. And every boy wants to date her, every girl wants to be her best friend. And I watch people fall in love with her everywhere we go. And I don't know how it happens, but if I didn't love her so much, I would probably not like her. And I wrote this song about her. But yeah, it ended up being the title track of the project because it's kind of how I feel about my music right now. I mean, there's 8 songs on this project. It's pretty hefty EP. And to me, I've never felt more proud of my music or connected to it, or like I'm just being able to be myself and say whatever I want to say. And it feels like it should be harder. Like I should have to be playing a role and having to, I don't know, be more of what other people think I should be. But I'm just doing whatever my gut tells me to do. I'm just writing the songs that come to my brain and putting out my favorites and kind of just taking it as it comes. And it feels like I'm just getting away with it. So that's why we named the project that.
Yeah, talking about the the songwriting process. Is there a particular process for you, or do you write down words on your smartphone, or do you hum melodies into your smartphone, or how do you do it? I always have a piece of paper in front of me. I still need paper and a pencil. Old
I
school.
do that sometimes too. I with this project in particular, I had the first couple songs that was going on the project. I released those earlier this year. So one of them came out in February, one of them came out in maybe April. I don't know, somewhere around there. And after those 2 songs were written and one release, one being planned on release, is when we started putting the project together. So around those 2 songs, I kind of envisioned what else I wanted to be on the project. So when I walked into these writes, I I knew exactly what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say it. I just had to get it all flushed out and actually written. Um, So there's a song on there called Wild. And that was one that I walked in with two of my favorite writers in town, Sarah Buxton, Josh Kurt. And I walked in with like such a vision for a song that I hadn't had before. I normally try to walk into the right ready for whatever hits me, but knowing that I had a project in the works and I was trying to piece together, I felt like I really knew what was missing and what I wanted to have on there. So it was really cool and different writing for this project because every write was very purposeful. I've gotten to write, I mean, probably 1,000 songs in my life, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I have written so much music, and a lot of it with no plans to ever release any of it, either because I was too young or was just writing to write. And even though there is an art and like a magic to that, it was really cool to be able to go in and think, if we kill it today, this could be the song. This could be the one that comes out later this year. And it was fun to kind of have that pressure, to have that motivation, and different. But it got me some of my favorite stuff I've ever written. So I'm glad that it worked out.
Yeah. So after this particular project, I mean, are you already looking ahead to the next one? Are there sort of
Absolutely.
already
Absolutely.
songs ready to record, or have you got to write them yet?
No, I have some songs I'm excited about, some projects in the work for the new year, and I definitely need to flesh them all out and get it all done. But I got ideas, and it's exciting to have something that I'm so proud of and so excited to be out in the world, planning on coming out and coming out next week, and then also have more that I'm excited about too. It kind of takes the pressure off of this project to be absolutely everything, and it's a lot to me, but it's cool to realize like it just keeps going and you just keep
Yeah.
releasing more music, and the cycle never ends. Well, it's so good to
Yeah.
talk to you. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. You should find a way to come out to a show. I know you got to work on Wednesday
Yeah,
night, but
I
can
know
you
that
ask
really
off, get
sucks.
out of it?
I mean, I would love to come to Amsterdam. I think that's your first
Okay.
gig,
Hmm.
actually,
It is. It
but
is.
you're going to have to get to Berlin for the next day. That's a long trip. So I don't know how
I
you're
honestly have
doing
no
that.
idea where anything is. I'm just gonna get on that bus and play when they tell me to play.
There you go. Because Amsterdam is now that is a magic city.
I've never been. I'm really excited.
Yeah. And then you're in Berlin, which is also amazing. Totally different to
It's great.
Amsterdam. But if you do
Awesome.
actually have some time to sort of look around and experience some stuff, for sure you'll love it. Anyway,
Oh, well,
okay.
I'll try to find a way to. I appreciate
So,
your time. Thank you so much for talking with
well,
me about this. I'm really excited about it.
thank you. So from
Awesome.
us, I will wave goodbye. Bye.
Bye.